Hello everyone, I am Professor Amit Solanki. Today I will deliver the lecture on the topic of Mosfet. So this topic is from the unit 2nd, and today we'll discuss about the introduction about the unit 2nd. So in that unit 2, we will discuss the different types of topics. So unit 2 is divided in two parts. One is transistor based device and DC to DC converter. And second part is chopper, or we can say that the DC to DC converter. So that means this unit 2nd is divided in two parts. One part is transistor based devices and second part that is the DC to DC converter. Okay. So in that first part, we will discuss the transistor based devices like Mosfet, IGBT, their construction, working principle, their characteristic like static and dynamic characteristic, their specification, safe operating area, and latching of IGBT. So these are the contents of the second unit of this subject, power electronics, of first part. Second part, that will be the totally depends on the chopper. In that, we will discuss the working principle of the chopper, their classification on the basis of operating quadrant like A, B, C, D, E, their control techniques, current limit control and time ratio control, PWM and FM technique. Then we will discuss the analysis of step of chopper and numerical related with RLE load. Then we will discuss the necessity of input filter, areas of application, buck boost chopper. Okay, so these are the all about the contents or syllabus of the unit 2 for the subject power electronics. So let us start our today's topic for the unit 2nd. First, we will discuss the Mosfet. What do you mean by Mosfet? Or we can say that the power Mosfet. The full form of the Mosfet is the power metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. As we already discussed earlier, the first part, that is the transistor based device. That means this is the transistor based device, which is called power metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. The power MOSFET is a type of MOSFET which is especially meant to handle high level of power. Power MOSFET, that means it can handle the high level of power, and it has switching speed and can work much better in comparison with other MOSFET in the case of low level of the voltage, right? So it has a very high switching speed device and it can work better in comparison with the other MOSFET in the case of low level of the voltage. These are the concept of the power MOSFET, basic introduction part. Now we will, in this lecture, we will discuss some introduction about the power MOSFET. So in that power MOSFET, the power MOSFET has a high switching frequency about 200 kilohertz. The power MOSFET is work at about 200 kilohertz. Whereas power BJT is a current control device, but power MOSFET is a voltage control device. You should have to remember that the MOSFET is a voltage control device as compared to BJT. BJT means bipolar junction transistor. Okay, so BJT is the current control device. In case of power MOSFET, it consists of a parallel connection of 1000 basics MOSFET cell on a single silicon chip. This is another specification of the power MOSFET. Power MOSFET, which are most widely used in are N-channel enhancement mode or P-channel. Okay, we can say that enhancement mode or N-channel depletion mode. So power MOSFET is basically two types. One is enhancement mode and second one is depletion mode. This is also classified in N channel and P channel. So generally we use the N channel enhancement mode power MOSFET. Now we are discussing about the features of the power MOSFET. There are some basic features. So according to that, it is a voltage control device. It has low input current, high switching speed, and they do not have problem of secondary breakdown. Okay. Next one is that is the high input impedance. And last one that is the active device. Power MOSFET is a active device. So these are the all about the features of the power MOSFET. Now we are discussing about the basic symbol of the power MOSFET. The symbol of power MOSFET, that is the MOSFET has three terminals called drain, source and gate. So in that figure you can see here is the basic symbol of the power MOSFET and physical view. This is the physical view. That means power MOSFET is looking like that figure. Okay, in that picture you can see here the physical view of the power MOSFET. This is the symbol for the power MOSFET. There are three terminals, drain, source and gate, and that is the N channel MOSFET, and this is the drain, source, gate. This is also the symbol of the power MOSFET. So these are the symbols for the basic MOSFET. So there are basically three terminals, which is called drain, source and gate. So you can see that and observe here. So this symbol. Now the structure for the MOSFET. The structure of MOSFET is that looking like, in that you can see here, there is the three terminals like drain, source and gate. So in that structure you can see here is the P substrate. That means it is made up of P-type material. We can say that the P substrate are body. In that substrate there are two materials also dissolved, that is the N positive, N wall type. Okay, and there is the Si2 layer. That means this is work as a insulation. Okay, these are the source terminal, these are the gate terminals, and this is the drain terminal. Okay, this is also the some other part of the structure looking like that. This is also the structure of the MOSFET. In that figure, you can also observe the structure of the MOSFET. There is the N channel, and this is the P substrate. Okay. And here that is the layer of the SiO2, which is work as an insulator. Okay. And there are three terminals, drain, source, and gate. This is also the structure of the power MOSFET. Okay. In that you can see here, this is the metal electrode. And we are discussing about the metal oxide insulator. This is the N-type channel. And these are the P-type substrate or P body. We can say that there is also known as the depletion layer. So these are all about the basic concept of the MOSFET. From the next lecture, we will discuss the working principle and characteristic of the MOSFET. Thank you.